welcome to Inside News. It's our Friday show on the mark, and as you can see, I'm flying solo today. No Shahil. He is, as we speak, he's busy writing his exams, and myself and on behalf of Inside News, I wish Shahil all the best. Hopefully he passes. But he will be back next week. We've got that double header next week, Saturday, Sunday racing, and he will be back next week helping me out with the card. But I've done a bit of homework for this card, the 25th meeting. I have to say there's one or two very tough races. There's one or two races where I feel there's a banker, and I think I've found one or two value bets. So hopefully my selections or my homework will help you when it comes to you making your selections or your couple of bets for tomorrow's race meeting. Let's start off with race 1. It's a 1400 meter benchmark 0.25, and like we always say, these 0.25s are never that simple. I personally like the look of number 5, Opportunity. I can't believe he's at 800 rupees, or 7 to 1 as we call it in Mauritius. And just have a look at his last 2 runs. There's 2 runs behind Newsman, and we saw what Newsman came out and did on Saturday. Was very, very gallant in defeat when he just got beat on the post by Captain Spanicella. I thought Robbie Fair gave him a great ride to deny Newsman, but Newsman's come well, and this horse has run sort of just a length behind him last time. Opportunity. He will be drawn 7 now that the emergency acceptor has been taken out, and I don't think the draw is going to be too much of a problem. I think if this horse is sort of travelling midfield, hopefully not racing wide, he could just be too good for them, Opportunity. And like I said, I think there's quite a bit of value at the price that he's quoted. His dangers, well, I suppose you've got to respect Anton Ruskin. It's quite a lot of racing. This will be his 3rd run this month, and sometimes you've got to think maybe that's a little bit too much, but I'm sure Sharish Narang knows what he's doing, and he wouldn't put him in the race if he didn't feel that he was capable. But I'm a little bit worried that he's run sort of, this will be his 3rd run of the month, and also the fact that he just got up to beat Pimpernel last time. It was a hard race. He had a very tough race last week. He's drawn 1 this time, but have a look, with that claiming of Jamie Aliassan in the 0.20, he carried 59 kilos. He's now up to 0.25. He's carrying 59 kilos in a division higher, and add that to all the fact that he's had quite a bit of racing. It could be a little bit tough for Anton Ruskin. I'm not going to write him off completely. I just do prefer Opportunity. My 3rd choice, Klopp. Well, this horse has changed equipment more times than I changed my underwear. They've tried everything with him, and I seen last time they put the blinkers on him. I thought it was a good run behind Blue Jeans, but now I see they've taken the blinkers off, which is a little bit puzzling. He will be drawn 3 now that the emergency accepted Jetpath will no longer be taking part. So he's got the draw. He's got JP van der Merwe on his back. Very capable rider. Another thing that worries me a little bit about Klopp, if you have a look at his last 2 runs, he has had the benefit of a 3 kilogram claim this time. JP van der Merwe, obviously he doesn't claim, so he's going to be carrying the 59 in this field. But Klopp just looks like he's sort of one of those horses that's taken his time, and he looks like he's sort of cherry ripe now to run a good race. So I'm expecting a good run from Klopp, and I would make him my sort of 3rd selection. But I'm going to stick with Opportunity. I think that this horse is going to run a cracking race. Anton Ruskin and Klopp, the 2 biggest dangers. There's one other horse I want to mention before we move over to the 2nd race, is that horse number 10, Badawi. Have a look at his betting last time. He opened up 7 to 1. He was heavily back to favourite, I think 22 to 10 or 300, if you want to call it that, and have to say he wasn't given the best of rides by Derek David on that particular day, and he's drawn 2 this time. He's had that 1 race under the belt. I think he was very keen last time. He over raced quite a lot, and he fell in a hole, but just remember that the stable did fancy him quite strongly on his debut, and I would imagine that he must have a little bit of a chance. He ran a very good race behind that horse Dutch Phillip in South Africa, who is a very nice horse. So Badawi, in my opinion, probably a little bit better than what he's rated of 21, and if he settles nicely with Akash Balu, maybe a place chance, but just keep an eye on him. I like this horse, Badawi. Right, race 2, 1600 benchmark 36, and I would imagine this is going to be the whole island's banker of the afternoon. Number 3, Perplexing. I personally can't see him get beat. Have a look at the horses he's run behind. Not behind, the horses he's beaten. Julidar, Starsky, Kings County, all 3 of them have come out and won. So his form's pretty solid. He's a nice horse, and I've always said, to me, I just don't exactly know where the limit is with this horse, how good he really is. I think he's going to be a top racehorse, Perplexing. And after winning that third and final leg of the 3-year-old championship, he beat Kings County. We also, Kings County came out and done his next start, absolutely trounced his opposition in his next run. So the form line is very strong. I can't see Perplexing getting beat. I think he's going to be a tough nut to crack. In fact, I'm going to make him my banker of the day. I think you can banker in your pick 8 and all those sort of exotic bets that you play. Right. Race 3, 1850, benchmark 41. This looks like a 2-horse race between Tawanui and Bypass. I personally like Bypass. I thought he was a little bit unlucky last time. He's a long striding horse, big striding horse, and he got caught. I think Robbie Fred had to hold him up at the 300. Tawanui got a run on him, and when Bypass eventually got out, the race was already over. So Bypass is now 2 kilograms better off with Tawanui. And I think the fact that he was a little bit unlucky, he's now 2 kilograms better off as well. I'm going to make Bypass my first choice. Probably to beat Tawanui. He was heavily back last time, and obviously the stable fancied him very strongly. And back in the 1850, you have to think that Tawanui has to have a good chance as well. But like I said, he is 2 kilograms worse off this time for that win. And I can tell he's been working very well. This was Tawanui. Must have a big chance. The one horse that I thought that's going to give them a little bit of cheek is number 1, West Coast Warrior. Have a look at his form in South Africa. He won over 1800 and 1700. In fact, he's a 4-time winner in South Africa, but it just seems that he's been looking for this sort of ground. He has run over 1450 and 1650, and I think there was, and behind some good horses, that horse Yankee Doodle Dandy, Ice Run, obviously a lot stronger than what Bypass and Tawanui has been taking on. He has got 62, but he's got 1.5 kilograms off his back. I think the distance is going to suit him. Keep an eye on number 1, West Coast Warrior. I think he's a big runner. So we're going to go Bypass, Tawanui, West Coast Warrior. I think he could just upset the apple cart. Alright, let's go to race 4, 1500 meter benchmark 46. Once again, looks like a 2-horse race. Yankee Doodle Dandy. Well, there was a very impressive winner last time when he beat Declarator, and I thought that win was full of merit, and he's working as well. He's working quite good as well. And the thing I like about Yankee Doodle Dandy is the fact that he won in a rating of 46 last time, and he's running in the 46 again. Obviously, he's got his 2 kilogram penalty, but it was an easy win. I think that 1 length winning margin doesn't exactly tell a full story. I think he won a little bit easier than that. He has come on as well, and I think he's quite a classy little horse, this Yankee Doodle Dandy. Only had the 2 runs in Mauritius for the 1 win and the 1 place. And like I said, I think he's getting a little bit better, this horse. Uzo, well, he's up and coming. He's been winning in 41. He's now stepping up to 46. I think he's capable, this horse. His wins have also been pretty easy, number 4, Uzo. And you have to respect the chances of him. JP Van der Merwe is riding him. And I just prefer Yankee Doodle Dandy a little bit more, probably because he has won in the 46 already. But Uzo, nice up and coming horse. You've got to respect him. My sort of danger in the race has to be number 2, Promissory. The only front run in the race. He's drawn 1. He's had a little bit of bad luck, this was Promissory. The stable hasn't really been firing. Ronnie Stewart looking to ride his first winner. I think if this was Leeds, he might just be a little bit difficult to pull in, Promissory, especially he's got a soft lead in front. If you go through the card, I can't really see anyone taking Promissory out, sort of challenging for that lead early on. And if he goes out in front and makes a pace to suit himself, he could make it a little bit difficult for Yankee Doodle Dandy and Uzo. But end of the day, I'm going to go 3, 4 and 2. That's going to be my trifecta for the 4th race. Right, let's move over to race 5, 1400 benchmark 56, and it has to be the toughest race on the card. In fact, there's 2 races, race 5 and race 7, which I find quite tough. But the 5th race, I just can't find a winner in this field. I would imagine if you're an exotic player, pick 8 jackpot. Sorry, not jackpot. That's South Africa. Pick 4, pick 6, pick 8 player. You're gonna have to load as many horses as you can. And maybe Aladel and Argon you could maybe leave out, but then after that, there's a sort of argument for every one of the other horses. Let me go through them. In Argo Solar, I tell you, I'm a little bit worried about Argo Solar. He's got Rios Hulash riding him. I'm not taking anything away from Rios Hulash, but this horse is not an easy horse to ride. And I see last time they tried him with a cross drop noseband. if you go back to his penultimate start where he took off with Richard Oliver, he couldn't hold one side of him, and then he sort of got tired in the straight when the right road beat him. The next time out, they put the drop noseband on him, the cross drop noseband, and he managed to settle him a lot easier, and he did go win a nice race by 3 lengths. But I see now they've taken that drop noseband off again. Well, not the cross drop noseband off again, and also the fact is that all his wins have been over 1365. He steps up to the 1400. I'm just a little bit worried that he's going to bounce him and he's going to pull with him, because look, Ice Run is in the race as well, who's quite quick. But if you go back to the beginning of the season, I think it was the 8th of April, Argo Solo was a lot quicker than Ice Run on that particular day, and he went on and won by over 6 lengths. But like I said, I'm a little bit worried that this horse is going to pull hard with him, especially if Ice Run makes it a little bit difficult for him early on. So that's Argo Solo. Let's go to Jolly Roger. 2 very good wins in the 1400. Unfortunately, he bled last time when they stepped him up to the 1600. He did have a barrier trial in the week, and he looks like he's in pretty good form, Jolly Roger. And you have to think that he's run behind some good horses. Well, he's beaten some good horses. Rob's Jewel, very good horse. Chili Con Carne, very good horse. And then, like I said, you can draw a line through that last run when he pulled up with he had bled, and he's been off now for 3 months. But like I said, that barrier trial on Tuesday was pretty impressive. You got to fancy his chances. The same as Noah's Ark, Pedro's other runner. Also some very, very good form. He beat Racing for Fun. He finished just behind Yankee Captain. In fact, he only got beat a length by Yankee Captain. That's a good run as well. I see he's also been off the track for a couple of months. I don't know exactly what his problem was, but he's capable on his day. Noah's Ark. He's definitely got ability. Gingerbread Man, well, I think you can ignore that last run where they put blinkers on. I think he went hopelessly too fast last time, and he sort of got tired, and he finished 3-4 lengths behind that, also aware. But Gingerbread Man, he's got the claiming on, and I think he's going to crack, especially in the 1400. I think the 1400 is going to suit him a lot better. Malak Al Maluk, another horse has got some good form. He's run a very good race behind Chili Con Carne. They tried the blinkers on first time. They've stuck with the blinkers, and he only got beat 2 lengths by Ideal Secret, so he has to have a chance. Ice Run, we did speak about. It's going to be interesting to see who wins that battle for the lead, Argo Solo or Ice Run. And then Racing for Fun, ignore that last run over the 1650. Very good run in the benchmark 56 when he just got touched off by Ideal Secret. At the end of the day, it's going to be very, very hard to find a win in this race. I reckon you've got to load this race if you're an exotic bet player. I'm going to lean towards Jolly Roger. I think that that form of his in the 1400 is very, very strong. I honestly think that a win is going to come from behind in this race. So I'm going to go Jolly Roger. I've got a lot of respect for Gingerbread Man this time. He looks like he's cherry ripe. And then Racing for Fun doesn't know how to run a bad race. I think you can ignore that run last time over the 1650. He's going to be much better suited to the 1400. He runs with his heart. He is drawn badly, but he can come from off them. Racing for Fun. But end of the day, very, very tough race. Good luck with your selections there. I'm going to stick my neck out and go with Jolly Roger. Right, race 6, 1600 meter, benchmark 61. And have a look at Kings County. In my opinion, this horse is a little bit sort of overvalued at 250. He's 15 to 10. He's obviously a very good horse. He won a very good race last time when he was challenged for the lead most of the way. He still went on and quickened up, and he beat As You Please by over 3 lengths. He will have 53 kilograms on his back, which is obviously a big, big plus for Kings County. It's nice that Robbie Fred, the stable jockey, can ride that sort of weight. But I'm a little bit at 250 for a horse that won in a 41. He's now up to a 61. Look, he's obviously a good horse. I'm not saying he can't win, but I don't think there's any sort of value with Kings County. But like I said, he's an up-and-coming horse. You can't write him off. You have to respect him. Number 8, Newlands. Well, this is going to be my choice. I've always liked this horse, Newlands. Unfortunately, he's been an absolute headache to train and to ride. And you just have a look at these barrier trials where he goes for about 200 meters and then he just refuses to gallop. In his races, he's been off the bit most of the way. But when he does want to gallop, when he's in a galloping mood, well, this horse can run. It's a very good run behind Dawn Raid on debut, and then a good run behind Yankee Captain last time. And then unfortunately last time in that, I think it was the 4-year-old championship, he never ran any sort of a race. But he ran behind the Great One, which you have to say is a very, very tough horse. He's a very good horse. And Newlands, I think if he puts his mind to it and he tries, I think he's definitely going to be my first choice, number 8 Newlands. My third choice probably go to 7 Fountains. The only thing with 7 Fountains is he's also likes a little bit of pace, and if you have a look at this race, there's absolutely nothing that's really got speed. If Kings County does go with that 53 kilograms, I don't think he's going to go hard. He's probably going to make the pace to suit himself. Robbie Frad's he's a brilliant judge of pace, and I just don't think they're going to go quick enough for 7 Fountains. But end of the day, I'm going to go for a little bit of a value here, number 8 Newlands. I think he's a lot more classier than Kings County, although Kings County is unproven. He is stepping up to this sort of class for the first time. Let's see how good he is, but 250, not for me. Right, race 7, 1450, benchmark 31. Another tough race, like I said earlier on. Race 5, race 7, 2 tough races, and I've gone through this field, and what I like is number 1, Captain Moss. I think that the fact that he won a very good race when he went to the front, when he beat First Crusade, when Derek David rode him, and then have a look at his next 2 races. Both times he's been slow away, and he still hasn't run bad races. He's run 4 lengths behind Jelt's Tiger and then Red China. Not bad runs, especially for a horse that's been getting left. As you know, if you watched our show, you'll know that Captain Moss was tried with the Monty Roberts blanket. He jumped quite well with the Monty Roberts blanket, so let's hope that's going to sort out his problems, because I think if Captain Moss jumps and he leads from that draw too, he could be quite a hard horse to catch, like he did when he beat First Crusade. So Captain Moss, definitely a big runner in this field. I'll tell you one horse that caught my eye on training on Tuesday was that horse Wow Holiday. That was a cracking workout. I see, I don't know if you noticed, but 10 Gun Salute came up on his outside, and he was travelling better than 10 Gun Salute. I know, obviously 10 Gun Salute was doing sort of pace work, but it was a very, very good work from number 4 Wow Holiday. Have a look at his finishing times, his last 2 runs. 23.83 and 23.46. That's quite impressive. And if you go back to his South African form, he arrived here a 3-time winner, and those wins were 1300 and twice over the 1400. So you'd imagine the 1990 that he has been running in has been a little bit short for him. He's back to the 1450, and I think that this horse is a big runner. Wow Holiday, I really like the chances of him. Then Midnight Oracle, well, he was obviously very well supported last time from their stable. They backed him like they knew the result, and he managed to get up to beat quite a decent horse. Silver Rock, in my opinion, is a decent horse. Unfortunately, he's got a poor draw to deal with, which is going to make his life a little bit tough, but he must have a chance, Midnight Oracle. And then I don't know if you watched our show on during the week as well. This was Sharkaholic. Unfortunately, got the worst draw of the lot. He's going to be drawn 10 with the Emergency Acceptor coming out, but he's a nice horse, this Sharkaholic. I like his win in South Africa. The horse that he's beat has come on and won, I think, 3 or 4 races. So his South African form is quite strong. Looks like they prepared him. I'm sure they wouldn't. They obviously were hoping for a lot better draw on number 7 Sharkaholic, but keep an eye on this horse as well. I think he's going to run a cracker. Anyway, 5th race, 7th race, 2 difficult races. I think you have to load both those races as far as the exotic bets are concerned. But I'm going to go Captain Moss. Watch Wow Holiday. I like his workout on Tuesday. Midnight Oracle must be respected as well. Right, then we move over to race 8. It's the lucky last 1600. 0.26 rating, and I like this horse Silver Rock. I put him as my 2 to follow when I saw his last run. I thought it was a cracking run over the 1400 when he got beat by Midnight Oracle. You can take a little bit of a line if you want to wait. See how Midnight Oracle runs. If he runs a good race, if he wins or runs a place, you must know that Silver Rock must have a chance. I just think that the extra 200 meters is going to suit him down to the ground. JP van der Merwe knows him well. You can't forget that ride on the 29th of April when JP got him up on the post. It was a cracking ride, and he knows him well. I think the 1600 is going to be much better for him. They've taken a lot of time to sort him out as far as the starting stalls are concerned, and even if he is a little bit slow away, remember it is a 1600. He's got an extra 200 meters to get going. I thought he was actually going to win last time, but Midnight Oracle just had too many guns for him. But at the risk of repeating myself, I think the extra 200 meters is going to suit him down to the ground. Right, he's dangerous. Number 5, Uncle JB. Well, this horse has just got that sort of look that he's just getting better and better with every run. He has changed stables, and he's been running at 31, this horse. If you ever look, all his runs in Mauritius have been in the benchmark 31. He's now in the 26 for the first time, so obviously he's taking on a little bit less sort of competition. And a good run behind Gujadhur, Student Grant, even Heart of Darkness. These were all good races, and I think he wasn't 100% ready then I think he's now cherry ripe, and I think Uncle JB is going to give Silver Rock a hard time. Then number 4, the Byzantine. Have a look how they backed this horse first time out, from 19 to 1 into 6 to 1. He only got beat 1.5 lengths by Newsman, which I thought was a good run. They put blinkers on him, which I have to say there was a nice gallop with blinkers on. He's drawn 1 as well. Imran Chisti in the irons, got a lot of things pointing in his favour, and you have to respect the chance of number 4, Byzantine. But I'm going to go Silver Rock. I reckon that they've done all the hard work at the starting stalls. They put him in the 1600s to 0.26. I think he's going to be my horse to beat, and I think his dangers are going to be Uncle JB and the Byzantine. Well, that's my show. Well, sorry, let me give you my banker. My banker is obviously perplexing. I think the whole of Mauritius' banker is going to be perplexing, and I think there's quite a lot of value on the first race opportunity, especially at 800 rupees. I don't know where he is now, but when I had a look at the betting yesterday, he was at 800 rupees. I just like those runs behind Newsman, and I think he's a big runner opportunity. Right, so that's my banker perplexing. My value bet is opportunity. Let's hope you make a little bit of money. Remember, we've got a double header next weekend. Shahil will be here to help me out, and don't forget our Wednesday show as well, Jour de Gala, where we're going to be talking about this particular race day, and have a look at some barrier trials and some workouts as well. Once again, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for the support, all the comments on Facebook, really appreciate it. Have a great weekend, have a good day's racing. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.